Welcome, 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 everybody. It's your girl Dolores, just a pink girl in my pink world, here with J News. What's up, J News?
It's been quite the last several days, Dolores, on the internet via the streaming wrestling community. There have been a lot of things that have been going on in these wrestling streets. But as always, I would like to say to all of you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your good brother K News, and I'm back at it again here with the lovely Dolores, Seeing Stars, Workhorse Wrestling Network, where we talk about all good things indie wrestling and Japanese and international wrestling put together. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're somewhere. I'm getting back in the groove of things. Little under the weather, but we're getting back into things. Little more pre reviews than last week when we set up because we found some good shows out there. Okay, so we're gonna start. It's time for the review. Starting with J News.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off with NJPW Presents along with CMLO Fantastica Mania 2024 live West Coast US Copa Fantastica four-way match. It was the DKC defeating Adrian Quest, Kukui, and Viento. The MLW World Tag Team title match, which had Cozy Max, which is Okamura and Sturge Kojima, defeating Los Depredadores, Magnus, and Rugido. CMLL World Women's title three-way match for the vacant championship due to the abrupt leaving of Stephanie Vaquer of CMLL during the week, who is Stephanie is currently now with WWE. So we had Willow Nightingale, big ups to Willow, for defeating Juvia and Viva Van to become the new CMLL World Women's Champion. We then had a match which involved Hechicero and Virus defeating TMDK's Bad Dude Tito and Zack Sabre Jr. Yolo Suji defeated El Barbaro Cavernario. The NJPW Strong Openweight title match saw the champion himself. I don't even know what to call him nowadays, but the one and only Gabe Kidd defeated Ultimo Guerrero. And then the Relevos Increíbles tag team match, which involved Doki and Mystico defeating Rocky Romero and Volador Jr.
I just want to say, I know what I can call Gabe Kid. Call me. Okay? That's what I can say. Call me. Okay? I'm
Um,
melanated. Call me. Okay? We'll
Yeah,
get back to the
kid,
action.
man. He's the man. He's the man. Now we're going to move over to Marigold Summer Destiny, which took place yesterday on Saturday, July 13th. We had Rhea Seto defeating Kamomo Minami. We had Shika Goto and Koki Amare versus Kazuna Tanaka and Victoria Yuzuki. They fought to a time limit draw. It seems like Kazuna Tanaka and Victoria Yuzuki are being billed as the next big thing in Japanese women's wrestling. Shiaki and Nagisa Nozaki defeated Myla Grace and Zeta Steel. The Marigold Super Flyweight title tournament final match, which had Natsumi Shozuki defeating Misa Matsui. So that went where it went. We then have the next round of matches for the show.
That was really good. I did see one or two of those matches online,
Mhm.
and so I was like, okay, Marigold. I thought Stardom was just the only place, but I see you coming up in the world.
The super flyweight match was all over my timeline on Twitter and on Instagram, and it seems like those ladies killed it. So big props to them. Uh, we have I have to pull this up real quick on my end. We had Nori, Shinobu Kandori, and Takako Inoue defeating Mei Sakurai, Nene Takahashi, and Nao Ishikawa. We then have Marigold United National Title Tournament semifinal match. It was Miku Aono defeating Mirai. The national title final match had Miku Aono defeating Bozilla, and Miku Aono is now the Marigold United National Title holder. It was the Queen of Queen match. QQ! The original Io Shirai, aka Io Sky, defeated Utami Hayashishita in one banger of a match. I hadn't seen Io Shirai in years, and for her to come out and do what she did with Utami in this match was incredible. Those ladies killed it. Uh,
Yes.
Io was there; she delivered, man. But what were your thoughts about this match, Dolores? If you saw it,
I was like, okay, this is first of all, this was the EO that I remember NXT that I had been seeing on and off in Stardom in different places. I was like, this just the EO that needs to come back to the States. This is what I need on the main roster. Um, also, I thought it was very nice that it was like EO and Julia were there. So it's kind of like you have somebody almost showing her the ropes a little bit of
Mhm.
how WWE is.
Mhm.
Because with WWE, you have to be a certain way every day. And this is how you have to present yourself everywhere you go. And now it's kind of like they gave her a mentor to kind of like, okay, this person will show you how I go to get from here to here to here. And so it's like she put on a bang of a match, and I was like, oh my god, I so appreciate it. Now the next match was good. I knew the title change was gonna happen, but seeing Julia cry afterwards and get so emotional, I was just like, you can tell she puts her heart in every single match she does.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, man. To mention it, it was the Marigold World Title match, which featured Sari defeating Julia. So Sari is now the inaugural Marigold World Title holder. One hell of a match. It was the Joshi's doing Joshi strong style at its finest. Like Dolores stated before, after the match, Julia basically just broke down crying. It seemed to be that this is going to be Julia's last match in Japan for a while, as she makes the transition over to NXT. So great to
I thought
see.
she might have some more matches.
I'm not sure. That's the thing. It seems very vague from all the different reporting at this point. Um, to me, I think that she's on her way to NXT.
Oh, wait a minute. They said that on Fightful
Mhm.
that she has, I think, a couple of more matches. She came out uninjured, and then she has a little time left in Marigold.
Okay, all right. I mean, so then that's cool then. If she has a little time left in Marigold, but um, she's gonna be one of the faces of that female roster over in NXT, along with Stephanie Vaquer. um, and Delta, which I've never heard of the young lady, but she seems to have been put in the forefront. These three independent international women stars. Delta from coming hailing from the UK, I believe. And Delta from the UK. It's Stephanie Vaquer from Latin America because she's from Chile, but she wrestled and learned her trade in Mexico. And then obviously Julia, who has been um, doing and shining up her trade in Japan. So those three international ladies and women stars will be coming to NXT soon
Yeah.
enough. So we'll be seeing that diversification of that ladies roster. Even though a lot of those ladies who are currently on the NXT roster are from sports specific backgrounds, a lot of them have taken to pro wrestling, and I think that with a little time, a little bit more polish, they can be uh, some stars in
And
in
you have people like Natalia, who's still doing her school and teaching
Right.
and working with people, and TJ working with the women to kind of, get up their skill because they have been clear. Even if you watch the old Divas show, they TJ would make it clear that he would if you ask for help, no matter where you at, if you're on main roster or not, he's willing to help you, and it's good. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you just saw me snatch away quick, I was trying to take a sip of water and unclicked it. I was like, oh, okay, here I am. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go on to the next.
We have Noah
So,
Destination, which took place last night as well, July 13th. This was a big show for different reasons. We had the pre-show three-way tag team match. It had All Rebellion, Alejandro and Cristobal defeating Junta Miyawaki and Ninja Mac, along with Hajime Ohara and Super Crazy, the legend, A pre-show six-man tag team match at Daiki Inaba, Manabu Soya, and Masa Kitamiya defeated Rio, which was Kazuyuki Fujita and Shuhei Taniguchi, along with Takashi Segura. We then had another pre-show six-man tag team match. It was Akira, Aita, Shuji Kondo defeating Ryohei Oiwa, Yoshinari Ogawa, and Yu Owai. And then we had Keno defeating the legend Yuji Nagata. We then had GOG, Jake Lee, Tadasuke, and Yohei defeating the other part of GLG, Anthony Green, Jack Morris, and LJ Cleary. 0-1 world heavyweight title match. Go Shiozaki defeated Akitoshi Saito for the title change there. Akitoshi Saito, after the match was over, declared his retirement, and his career is now over. Go Shiozaki, the Noah mainstay for many years now, taking the 0-1 championship back, and Saito career is now over. GHC national title match, Ulka Sasaki defeating Hayata in this title change. So Sasaki is now the GHC national champion. The GHC junior heavyweight title match, Amakusa defeated Daga, another title change. I am a fan of Amakusa. I think that in the junior heavyweight division, Amakusa is a little bit. My personal opinion, Amakusa is better than Hayata. I felt like Amakusa should have been the person to be in the Best of Super Juniors tournament a month ago, but it is what it is. He is now the GHC junior heavyweight title holder by defeating Mexico's own Daga.
I just want to say on a personal level, Daga, you rolled the dice on your ex-wife.
What you mean?
And it did not work out, did it?
What are you talking about, Dolores?
He rolled the dice. He rolled the dice. Daga has taken a lot of chances. Some good, some bad.
Okay.
But that match, I did see that match because I do catch some of the stuff. On these apps. Listen, I need y'all to make this more accessible because I'm tired of fighting the World Wide Web to find things.
Next up on the card, we had El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. and Galeno del Mal defeating Alpha Wolf and Dragon Bane. Dragon Bane's an amazing athlete. Look out for him in the future. Then we had the spotlight match of the night. We had the great Uncle Allen, the one and only AJ Styles, going one-on-one with the Japanese legend and innovator of offense, Naomichi Marufuji. It is a dream match. It was a dream match. It went off the way it should have gone off, with two men in their mid-40s doing their best. AJ Styles still in tremendous shape. Marufuji still doing Marufuji type stuff, even though at a slower pace. But the match worked. It went off without a hitch. It was super dope, at least in my opinion and in my eyes. And I can't wait to see if there are other matches down the road with WWE talent and Noah talent. AJ Styles in the post-event conference talked about hopefully Noah talent going over to WWE. I'm not sure how likely that would be. But, it would be interesting to see as to what talent from Noah would make any sort of appearances on WWE television. So we'll see if that's even a thing. But for the match itself, what a dream match! What a collaboration between two of wrestling's geniuses and great artists in our generation. So it was cool to see. It was cool to see. What were your thoughts?
I love the match. But ladies and gentlemen, if you've been on Workers Wrestling Network long enough, you know what I'm about to do. I love AJ Styles. ATLANTA, that's where I stay. Zone 6, y'all. Georgia, stand up. Stand up now. We got this thing, okay? And we got a little bit of bad blood coming up, okay? So don't hate. Don't hate. Don't hate. We had Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin on this track. Listen, that's all I gotta say. I gotta represent where I stay, and he represents where I stay very well. Cody represents where I stay very well. We ain't gonna talk about the other people. We ain't gonna do that, okay? But this was a good match, and I think WWE is trying to do the Forbidden Door in a way
Right.
where they are picking companies that are mostly forgotten about.
Sure.
And it's like, oh yeah, TNA, that's easy to pick. But then you have, and first of all, they picked TNA during a time where it was just dead. It was over. It was crickets. It wasn't nothing. But you pick New Japan Pro Wrestling, yes. But I mean, to be honest, I kind of look at that a little bit differently now because it seems like every Forbidden Door we've had, there's a crop of talent that just disappears from New Japan, and they appear in uh in AEW. It's kind of like almost what people say WWE did when they watched the Forbidden Door. They were like, "Good talent, we need it. I see you now. I'm gonna get it." So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like you listen. The best way to describe it is if I invite Jay News to my house and I treat him very well and I feed him great and he has a nice place to stay. And then let's just say ALW, invites him to his house. He doesn't have the greatest of everything. He's not providing everything he needs. Who house you think Jay News gonna come back to? That he gonna want to stay at? Okay, so no offense to ALW, might be great, but I'm just saying he gonna want to come back and stay where he been treated good at. If you feel like your character ain't going nowhere, you've done all you can in New Japan, you are highly respected, and you go to AEW and they treat you like a king or queen, would you want to stay? No. So it's like you. Some people say poaching. I'm not gonna say poaching because they voluntarily walked away.
Yes.
It is more like you are getting an up close view of your upcoming talent you want.
Yeah. So it seems like the international talent that's either joining AEW or WWE, these international contracts that these talents have with their respective companies outside of New Japan Pro Wrestling, it seems like these other contracts from all these other companies are not ironclad contracts. Like people can just get out of these contracts, walk up out of these companies, and show up at an AEW or WWE show within a week's time. As a matter of fact, with the WWE, within a couple of days' time with Stephanie McClure. So
Stephanie was listen. Stephanie did it perfectly. She said, "I'm looking for some new talent," and they thought she going to AEW. And she was like, I said, I'm looking for a new company. I didn't say that company. Now, I went to the company that I feel like, and I also feel like wrestlers talk to each other.
sure.
I mean, you can have the WWE, their women's division is just as toe up as AEW's. The only people who I think who treat women or get a storyline is necessarily in unless you work for Stardom or TNA or something like that, or even GCW has some good women's storylines sometimes. You have to know whether or not what you can and cannot do. I can get my foot in the door in AEW and be a star. I can be a technical wrestler. How many people have they turned it into stardom? Like your name is just you're just a whole thing. You are above and beyond.
They've tried to do that with a few of the girls, but the only ones that have taken off so far, right? Like if we're talking about the girls on the AEW roster who are over, Dr. Britt Baker, Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, Tony Storm is the star, right? Tony Storm is the star.
Yeah.
right? Time
But
is telling.
we are in wrestling, they're a star. But outside of wrestling, if your hopes is to, this is a stepping stone for me to get higher in AEW. MJF got a movie role,
Sure.
but as far as like seeing those bright lights, especially as a woman, how can you get far over there? Whereas WWE, they're gonna get you in those interviews now. It's up to you whether or not you're gonna get the job. You're
Sure.
gonna it's, you're gonna be in meetings and places and spaces and having the top of the top. It's whether or not you what you plan to do. And a lot of people see this as, especially as a woman and a young woman, if you plan on having a family and moving, Trish is the best example. If you plan on having a family and doing stuff and wrestling is not your long-term goal, you can be a top wrestling star. You can be she's done a couple of movies, not great, but a couple of movies. Her fitness and her that's her passion is taken off and done well. And she's been able to become a mother. So she's accomplished everything. She's well paid. She has a family. She still makes great money just by coming out to WWE and be like, "Welcome to Canada." That's those are the things that you have to think of long term. Whereas in AEW, you are putting your body and pushing it to the limit, and you might not be a household name today. And then if you are, you'll be gone tomorrow because the next person is coming in.
That's
So I
fair.
think that's the issue. Even when you look at, I think Lana talked about in her interview, like it's really nothing I can do. Like you injured when you were injured, which you had a real bad infection,
Yeah.
and it put you out for some time. And then when you came back, the people you were working with were injured. So it's kind of like she became, and then her and her husband broke up. So that was the only other storyline you had. And so it's like, well, what is there left for you?
Right.
We haven't trained you to wrestle. We haven't put you out there. You did like a thing. She got into a variety movie, whatever page. It's like, what are you doing past this?
Mm.
And I think that's what people are starting to choose WWE more is because they see the potential. Phil has a bad checker background.
Mm.
He is known to be volatile,
Mm.
physically and verbally. Phil was looking nice in his little variety roll call picture for his movie cameo. They realized, okay, if you can get Phil in the door, and he got a long track record of acting a fool and not behaving, I know you can get me in a meeting somewhere. I know
No,
you can get me somewhere somehow. You know what I'm saying?
I get all that. I feel like uh, we'll see where the relationship with Noah and WWE goes. Because the one they tried to curate with All Japan a couple of months ago didn't work out.
Oh
So we'll
no.
see. We'll see
That
how.
one was done from the start. The little vignettes did not make me happy either. It's like, oh no, WWE, Charlie Dempsey. And it was like, you all didn't even see it much excited, let alone for me to get excited for it. And it's like now you see them working with GCW and working with Marigold and working with Pro Wrestling Noah. It's like you see them sending out, even with what's that boy from NXT when he was doing his character is supposed to be
Oh, right,
an
right.
alcoholic who's now he was running into indie shows here and there and
Sure.
everywhere.
I'm not too sure if he's gonna. I'm not too sure if he's playing like an alcoholic type, but I know he's.
Oh no, the vignette had him as it's like he's like I started drinking too much
Oh, okay,
and I
okay.
started
So
doing too much.
so you're saying they turned Brooks Jensen into Adam Page. That's what you, that's
Yes,
okay, okay,
yes,
okay.
yes. He's like I was partying too much, I was drinking too much, and then next thing you know, you hear Shawn Michaels go, "We're gonna meet with him next week,
Right.
try to see what his future is in the NXT." Like that right there, and that was an opportunity to get other promotions into this loop because you had him run out and just do crazy stuff. And it wasn't just Brooke Jensen; it was Brooke Jensen from the WWE.
Right. But then,
Even though he was kayfabe suspended and wasn't supposed to be wrestling anywhere, it was like Brooke Jensen from the WWE just ran out of here. I can't believe he got suspended from the WWE. It was always the WWE. They never did. It could have been a warm body. Long as it said WWE in the midst of this, that's what it was.
yeah. But I think we'll see how this if there's any sort of talent exchange between Noah and WWE. But for what it was, the match between
I need the next person who won in this next match to come to WWE.
No, absolutely not.
Yes, I need him to come to WWE because it's a couple of matches I can see. First of all, if you want the old man get off my lawn match, it would be either CM Punk or Randy Orton against Kaito Kiyomiya. It wouldn't be the old man get off my lawn. That him and Cody would put on a banger though.
No, absolutely not. The only old man get off my lawn match there needs to be is part 2 of Kiyomiya and Okada. That's all we need. We don't need no Randy Orton.
They should have put that on for Ben Dorn. That's what they should have put it on.
They should have, but they didn't. They should have, but they didn't. But the next match up was the GHC heavyweight title match. Kaito Kiyomiya saw his challenger Yoichi, and Kiyomiya said, "Hold my lunch, son," and he beat him. Kaito Kiyomiya retains his GHC heavyweight championship. This is his second reign as GHC heavyweight champion. Doing better this time around than the first time around. And now the N1, the N1, the Noah version of the G1, will be taking place in a couple of days' time or in a week's time or something like that. So he'll know who his next competitor will be by the end of this tournament. At the end of the day,
I just want to say when I mentioned Kaito Kiyomiya and Cody, I need Cody AEW style. You remember when he won the title initially? And every week it was just a new person. MJF, just new people just was coming in left, right, and center to take his title. I need that in the WWE. I need him because right now the options are slim picking for him to fight. I mean, Drew and Punk are fighting each other. Now Seth is in the midst of that fight. It just seems like he was in the bloodline are going to eventually fight each other. Who he really? I mean, AJ and him put on 2 bangers. How many times are we gonna do this? So at this point, I need you to start getting new talent to come in and challenge. He's just like, I got an open challenge. And it's just people from TNA, Noah, everywhere just coming in because you got to admit, 99%, I'm going to say 1%, 99% of the talent he brought in to face him, when we, in the end, were good talent. Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
Like, good talent. And I think he has the potential. I think he has the eye for talent. And he said in the interview, if you watch it, ladies and gentlemen, with Bailey, he runs a class at his school.
Yeah, just the beginners.
Just for new talent. He doesn't want to work with anybody that's experienced. He doesn't want to deal with that. He just wants new talent. And I think, like his father, he has a talent for saying, oh, you good. Oh, okay.
Yes, he has an eye for talent. I think that I just don't think that I in my personal opinion, just over the years of just watching all the WWE stuff, I don't think the WWE will ever make the unified World Heavyweight Championship an open challenge type belt. At the end of the day, if he was doing it with the U.S. belt or the Intercontinental belt, I would understand it. But like with being the lead champion, I don't see the WWE.
You know what? I think for ratings at this point, WWE would pull a rabbit out of his hat. It don't care at this point. It don't care. The fact that he even went to NXT to give JC Jane his old mask, and that popped people. And now when she pulls that mask off to show her mask, which I don't understand that. Why did she got 2 masks on in the first place? she got a mask on top of a mask.
I
The
feel like
show,
I feel like that's a. You know what? Let me just not say. At the end of
that's a pain in the butt. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's doing too much. It's doing too much. On the jab, he had to give the AEW like, I'm glad you all have found your home. This is where you need to be. Like,
yeah,
come on now.
I thought that was unnecessary, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Um,
I just
because
think
AEW does it all the time with the WWE, so might as well just
I think the WWE has gotten petty. And the only reason why I say they've gotten petty and they're at a petty stage of life is that the report came out that Stephanie McCurry was looking for a company. And a couple of people said, we think she's going to AEW. And Sean was like, no, she coming here. Welcome to WWE NXT. I was like, I ain't never seen that before. I had never seen.
But I think
He
if
didn't give
I'm
it a chance. He
if
didn't
I'm
even
not
let it simmer. He
if I'm
just
not
said, I cut it off.
mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the report was um, she had a WWE tryout back in 2018,
Yes.
and she failed at the tryout miserably. She hadn't really trained correctly, wrestling wise and or physically.
Yes.
And whatnot. But now, at that point in time, she then realized what it was going to take for her to be an even better wrestler and train herself to do so. So she took that time within those next 5 to 6 years.
You
Now,
would have
now
thought
being
the
2024.
natural progression would be for her to go to AEW, being that the report was initially WWE saw interest in her after seeing her at Forbidden Door.
Right.
They didn't check anything else because I could have told you she was the crap before she got to Forbidden Door, and when she got to Forbidden Door, she just showed you who she was.
Right.
So it's like at that point, and somebody, and it's not funny, if somebody said sitting they showed a clip of them watching the match in the crowd, and they was like, at this point, I should have just realized that this was a WWE tryout. That's the moment where you look and you go, AEW after that match. If WWE thought the match was great, I know you had to think the match was great, and you did not think at that moment we should have a conversation with her. You said you
Well,
had interest, but WWE went after her.
I feel like what's missing in all this is what's been reported, right? What's been reported is that her dream was always to go and wrestle for the WWE. That has a lot of sway with people, regardless of the fact that she did have that match on AEW and had that match at Forbidden Door. Her initial tryout was the WWE tryout. She grew up watching the WWE product because that's what's shown out in Chile at the end of the day. So she wanted to be a WWE superstar, so she became one.
But we've seen that happen in many wrestlers.
Mhm.
That their dream is WWE.
Right.
They go somewhere else and then they circle around.
Sure.
She didn't even give that a second look.
Right.
Jade is a perfect example. Her tryout, she sucked.
Mhm.
And then she went to AEW. Then she rolled her behind back around to WWE. Also, she's mentioned in her interviews that she wants to get to the movie status
Right,
level.
right,
She wants to be there. And so I think even with them recording Stephanie in Mexico, showing her, and it's like having Damian Priest give her this respect on camera, they are putting her in a position where they're like, we're gonna make you into something big.
yeah. No, they're already pushing her as a star, and I can appreciate that. I just hope that I hope that she doesn't get lost in the sauce. Like a lot of international talent in the WWE over the years and currently, some international talent gets lost in the sauce. So my
I
hope
think
is
the LWO, when people mention them, I'd be like, I'd be kind of lost because I'm like, you do know that other than like Zelina and some other people, I could just do without everybody being together. Like even when Carlito, first of all, Carlito in LWO, Carlito in the Judgment Day, I could do without at this point. It was great to see Carlito come back. Spit in the face of cool, like that was great. But it don't wore off for me. It don't wore off. Just like Awesome Truth, great. I was like, oh, funny. But when he did it for like the 16th time, I was like,
Yeah.
can you take these belts away from them? I'm sick of it.
No, but like I said, I think the hope is that they're going to treat her right, but I feel like the hope is, make sure they book her right and they make sure they put her in positions to win at the end of the day. Not win like matches, but like, just succeed at the WWE level so that people can get behind her and she can, build her start. She can go through the growth of stardom at the end of the day. So,
I kind of am glad that they put her in NXT and also Julia, kind of get them used to the
yeah.
WWE way of things, because AEW is like organic. Uh, WWE is like AEW is organic. So like if you doing your move and you point and the camera just happen to be there, it just happen to be there. Whereas WWE is like, I gotta hit a mark.
Yeah.
I know that this camera is waiting for me to hit my mark. And so I like those moments because even in New Japan, when Shingo does the stop, 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 and
Yeah.
I listen, I pop for it every time.
Every time.
But when he's done it in AEW, it's like
Yeah, it was yeah, they didn't get it right. They didn't get it
it made me angry. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the BS of the BS, okay? We had the IWS, the International Wrestling Syndicate, versus GCW Game Changer Wrestling. We had Sparks, Melanie Havoc, Nathan defeat Elevation of Bray, Russo, Tyler Knox, and Danny Leo. Okay, for the IWS Women's Title three-way match, my girl Marsha Slamovich defeated Katrina Creed, the former champion, and Kristara. I think that's how you pronounce it. We had a six-way scramble match. Dante Dubois defeated Alex Mays, Ben Ortmans, Bob Anger, Sexy Eddie, and Tara Zell. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't never seen a match with Sexy Eddie, make sure your kids ain't around because that thing get wild up in the tag team match. We had Casanova Productions, JT producer, Stephen Manzi, defeat Broski Jimmy and Charlie Tiger. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put you on warning for the IWS World Heavyweight Title hardcore match. You all need to check out my boy Carl Jepsen as he defeated Gringo Loco. Carl is he's a big, tall man who is stomping people out. And I appreciate every minute of it. Four-way match. We had Gabe Key defeating Benjamin Toll, James Stone, Junior Benito. Okay. We had a tag team match of La Tabernacle de Team. That's you gonna get me. Matthew St. Jacques. Sorry. Thinking about another match. And Thomas Du Bois defeat Bussy. They defeated Bussy. Oh no. Alley Catch and Effie. For the GCW World title match, Mance Warner out here doing the Lord's work, beating everybody. And I mean everybody. And he beat the Green Phantom in a draw. We had hold on. Y'all trying to not let me be great. Hold on. What was it? We had it was a hardcore match, I think, right? Yeah. PCP Manny defeated Joey Janela. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna whisper to you. Joey, go get your teeth filled in. They knocking them out. Okay? They're knocking your teeth out, Joey. Ladies and gentlemen, as we said, we're now covering new things. And so we're gonna be covering MLW Blood and Thunder. I'm not gonna be petty because I went slightly asleep and then I woke up afterwards. But I'm gonna rewatch it again because just like a great telenovela, we had to find out in this who is Selena Renta's baby daddy. For the Opera Cup first round match, Atlantis Jr. defeated, this is the J News word, Okamura. That's how you say it? Okamura?
That's exactly how you say it.
Thank you. See, I've been practicing J-News. Opera Cup first round match. Tom Lawler, boo, defeated Jake Chris. Minoru Suzuki, defeated Akira. We had the 3 stages of destruction match, ladies and gentlemen. That was Kruger defeated Matthew Justice. We had the first blood match. That was the first part. Matthew Justice beat Kruger. We had a street fight where Kruger defeated Matthew Justice. And then we had a medical evacuation. And that's where Kruger defeated Matthew Justice again. Ladies and gentlemen, for the MLW. Oops, sorry, went back. MLW Women's Featherweight title match. Janai Kai kept her championship by defeating Gigi Ray. In the first round match, Opera Cup, Kenta put Bobby Fish to sleep and defeated him. And then we had a death match. Matt Riddle won. Boo. Two countable people got together and had a match. Matt Riddle defeated Sami Callihan. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're on to a new. You've seen them here before. You'll see them here again. It is Prestige, and it was Comeback Clash. Ladies and gentlemen, Amira defeated Kylie Ray. I just want to say, because I rewatched this again right before we got on here. It's like 2 nice people, like 2 Baileys fighting each other. Made me sick. Okay?
Chris, hold on a second. Time out. What is wrong with nice people? Now,
listen, they I don't like Willow because of that. Too nice. What? Too nice.
Come on now.
Too nice.
Mind you, you mentioned Bailey, right? You mentioned Bailey. So I must come on here and say my piece. Okay? Nia Jax, don't you ever dare again say those words that you said on SmackDown. Okay? All right. First of all, I understand you was trying to get a rise out of Bailey. I understand you're trying to get the crowd to pop. Okay? I am not one of those men who treat women like objects, but the reality of the situation is that if you know, like we know, is that Pam been dragging that wagon forever. That's natural at the end of the day. Calling her BBL Bailey was just not cool. It's not cool. She been had that. That's natural. And she said so, did Bailey, on her Twitter. Okay? And also, big shouts to Mrs. Lee, a.k.a. Mia Yim. Mia Yim also came to her defense at the end of the day. Because come on, man. You can't be putting that type of shit out there like that. Come on, man. You can't be putting that type of shit out there like that. Man, that shit ain't fake.
I'm about to have a J-News moment. BBL Bailey. BBL
Absolutely
Bailey.
Not. Absolutely not. She ain't ever had nobody no damn BBL. Goddamn.
Nah, that's just rice and beans. Rice and beans. She been had that.
She loves enchiladas, by the way. She says she makes a hell of an enchilada. So
yes, and that little like American drink she made with Cody. I was like, girl,
I saw the interview.
I was like, I need to give me a little drink.
But I've always been a fan of Bailey, aka Pamela Martinez. She's good people. She's cool.
I like the mask. I like the mask she had on in Mexico.
Yeah. There was Lindsay Dorado made her gear, by the way. So shouts to Lindsay Dorado for making
also, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know about Lindsay Dorado, you talk that, you better be ready to back it up because he's gonna come to your house.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. He ain't down for that bullshit. But big shout out to
Lindsay, come on the show because me and you, we twins. We twins. It's got. Listen,
I wanted to make sure to mention that the nice people in the world also need love and recognition as well. Dolores, Amira, Kylie Ray needs all of our support. She's a hell of a
Kylie Ray is nice. I appreciate her, but you can't. And Willow, this is the one thing I keep saying. You getting stomped out, and then you jump up and it's like, Like, come the hell on. That's like you get stomped out in the alley. Are you gonna jump up and be like, are you gonna do that?
Come on,
Come on.
Dolores. The New Day's been saying it for years. It's all about the power of positivity.
Look what they had. Look what they had. Look what they had. Positivity, huh? Positively full of that's what they are. Chris, okay, this is great because the package before confused me. And I died laughing when I saw the match. Because they said there's 3 guaranteed things: death, taxes, and a machine gun. I'm sorry. I died laughing because they started fighting each other shortly after that sentence. Motor City machine guns. They just started fighting each other right after that. It's like the package came up. It said death, taxes, Motor City machine guns. And shortly after that, it was like ding ding ding. They were fighting each other. And I was like, wait a minute. It may sound like a tag team match. But no, we fighting each other. And Chris Sabin defeated Alex Shelley. And Alex Shelley wasn't happy about that at all. He wasn't happy. It looked like he was gonna double cross him, but he didn't. And that confused me too, because I'm like, y'all were together in the package. Y'all fought each other in the middle. And at the end, Alex was so mad, he walked off and left Chris in the ring after he gave him a hand raise, like, here you go, you won, and just walked off. Next match. Danhausen defeated Drexel. Okay. I just want to say I was horrified by this match. Not because of the quality of the match, but because this is the second or third time. Danhausen, I'm gonna pray for you and your skin. Because you get paper cuts in this match. And he takes the paper and slices it across your mouth while your mouth is open. I pray that you heal, okay? I pray that you heal. My boy, Shelton Benjamin, okay? He defeated Mike Santana. Like I didn't know that was going to happen. 6-way scramble match. Jaden defeated BK Westbrook, LeBron Cozone. Sorry. It's the names for me. It's the names. They know what they were doing. LeBron Cozone, Sonico, and Starboy Charlie and Titus Alexander. Now the next match is anytime I see the word Amazing Red, I get excited. And this time, Amazing Red defeated Leo Rush. I would say he beat the bad child, but it's a good match. I would suggest you go back and watch it. Athena defeated Masha Slamovich. That was an even better match. Go back and watch it. Ladies and gentlemen, MLW Blood and Thunder. And this prestige match, free on the YouTube World Wide Web. Okay? Roderick Strong defeated Timothy Thatcher for the prestige tag team title 4-way match. Sinner and Saint, Judas Icarus, and Travis Williams. I mean, if y'all gonna go with the Saint and the Sinner, why did Travis just be Travis? Why he can't be like Angel or Jesus or Lord? He just kept it Travis. I'm Travis. The champions defeated C4, Cody, Chun, Guillermo Rosas, and Midnight Heat, Eddie Pearl and Ricky Gibson. Also, they defeated Eminem, Mansoor, and Mason. Okay? And in the prestige title street fight, Alan Angels defeated his one-time friend, Evil Uno. Okay?
So I wanted to talk about this last part here. I didn't watch the show at all, right? But I did want to bring up a point. It seems slowly but surely that the former members of an AEW faction are seeing themselves out of AEW.
Yep.
I believe
AEW is doing those slow burn giveaways. Like where WWE will say, I'm buying 12 of you out today. AEW is like, I fight you today, you 3 days from now, you 2 weeks from now, you 2 months from now.
Yeah, but their contracts are expiring. I believe during sometime during the week there was a report that came out. No, not Evil Uno put out a tweet saying that he was open for bookings, independent bookings, after a certain date, right? And this was one of his first dates doing an independent booking. There was no mention of Evil Uno's contract expiring with AEW because Evil Uno does other stuff on the AEW gaming side. But it seems that the reality is that Evil Uno is no longer with AEW either. So that's Alan Angels. There's Evil Uno. Stu Grayson got let go earlier in the year. At the end of the day, I don't see enough. Not saying that they're gone from AEW, but I don't see enough of Reynolds and Silvers
But
to.
they oh, that scared me. They've been, especially with Evil Uno, might be my volume, ladies and gentlemen. As you say, I got a new mic. Um, Evil Uno has been doing booking for his own shows
Right.
for a while, and it started to kick back up towards the end of last year, and it got more and more and more. And he's been putting out more clips and having more of the the people in the faction come and wrestle in his company. That gave me a sign that he was about to leave soon.
But
Because the more he did it, the more it's like, even when you take like Thunder Rosa, her school, she does it, but she doesn't do it as often as she used to.
right.
If she started to pick back up doing it more often, I would be like, oh, is she on the way out the door? Like that.
Yeah. So it seems like the gentlemen who were all a part of the Dark Order are slowly but surely seeing their way out of AEW for some reason. Not saying there's anything nefarious going on, but it just that seems to be the way that it's looking.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the what? Time for the preview. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start with the G1, but first, before we start with the G1, my good brother Jay News is gonna tell you about who is in the G1.
All right, folks. Let me mention to you the competitors over on the A block. We have Tetsuya Naito, Shota Umino, Shingo Takagi, Sanada, Great Okan, Zack Sabre Jr., Gabe Kidd, Evil, right? Jake Lee and Callum Newman. Shouts to Callum Newman. Block B, we got the mainstay, the New Japan mainstay, Hiroki Goto, El Phantasmo, Yoda Suji, Yu Uemura, Jeff Cobb, Hinare, David Finley, Ren Narita, Konosuke Takeshita, and Bolton Ole, the Ichiban Meat Boy, rounding out the B block.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to. Do you hear the echo? Or is it just me? I think I'm tripping. Okay. Maybe I'm too loud for you all. Uh, but now we are going to go into the first night of the G1.
That's right, July 20th, which will be next Saturday, will be night one of the G1 Climax 34. We have B block matches, Ren Narita versus Oleg Boltin. We have Shota Umino and Callum Newman from the A block. We'll then have El Phantasmo versus Hanare on the B block. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Great O'Con on the A block. And then B block has Hiroki Goto versus Jeff Cobb, along with the A block match of Sanada versus Jake Lee. And then B block action, David Finley versus Yu Uemura. And then A block action, Evil versus Gabe Kidd. B block action sees Konosuke Takeshita versus Yoda Tsuji. And then A block action sees Shingo Takagi versus Tetsuya Naito, which should be the main event of that night.
Yes, and they're doing a lot of just straight G1. I don't see as of right now any other set matches, which is great for me. Okay, because your girl is not gonna do. Ladies and gentlemen, public service announcement. I won't be live during the G1 this year. I lost my mind last year, and I picked it up shortly after.
So we have night two on the 21st of July, G1 Climax 34. We have A block action, Sonata versus Callum Newman. B block action, Hanari versus Oleg Boltin. A block match, Gabe Kidd versus Great Khan. B block, El Fantasma versus Ren Narita. A block, Evil versus Jake Lee. B block, Hiroki Goto versus Yuri Uemura. A block, Shingo Takagi versus Shota Umino. A block, Tetsuya Naito versus Zack Sabre Jr. B block, David Finlay versus Yota Tsuji. And that's all we have so far. We have.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yep.
it is Game Changer Wrestling. Believe Me on the 18th. We got Broski Jimmy versus Hoodfoot. We have Nate Webb versus Shane Mercier. Effie versus Sean Ross Sapp. Yes. Take my money. Take my money. Masha Slamovich versus the unknown competitor. Too Tough Tony and Nick Gage. Yes, I said that right. Too Tough Tony and Nick Gage versus the rejects of John Wayne Murdoch and Reed Bentley. Billy Starks versus Rachel Armstrong. And for the GCW World title, Mance Warner, the champion, fighting against Myron Reed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm assuming I'm going to take a good guess. Mance Warner might win this, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Next, ladies and gentlemen, So High on the 19th, okay? July 19th, okay? Joy Janela and Megan Bain versus Blake Christian and Shane Mercier. Bang and Matthews, August Matthews and Davey Bang versus Los Desperados, Ares and Gringo Loco. The rejects of John Wayne Murdoch and Reed Bentley versus Mother Father, okay? Another word we want to say. Dark Sheik and Effie. Myron Reed versus Sidney Akeem, a.k.a. That Man Scripts, a.k.a. he's smoking that Reggie. That's how we got so high. Okay? Danhausen versus Masha Slamovich. And for the GCW World title, we have Mance Warner, the champion, as I spoke into existence before, versus Hoodfoot. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we're on to the 20th. Don't tell me what to do, okay? That is on the 20th, ladies and gentlemen, again. Don't tell me what to do, okay? That is with Nate Webb versus Brusky Jimmy. For the GCW Tag Team title match, Violence is Forever, Dominic Garnari and Kevin Koo versus Mother Father, okay? That is Dark Sheik and Effie. The rejects of John Wayne Murdoch and Reed Bentley versus Myron Reed and a tag team partner of now. Then we get Nick effing Gage versus Foot. There we go. Gotta keep it. And for the GCW World title, I already know how this is gonna end. Mance Warner versus Megan Bay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna give you some of that TNA. Okay? TNA is next Saturday on the 20th. TNA's Knockout World title match as of right now. They don't have any pre-show shown. It is Alicia Edwards. Listen, Alicia, she's went by everything but being a real Jersey person. The accent is just wrong. And Masha Slamovich versus Spitfire of Danny Luna and Jody Threat. TNA digital media title, AJ Francis, Jesus Christ, versus PCO. God almighty. I'm just going to say, as a woman said before in a very good show that I love, damn. Oh, Lord have mercy. TNA Knockouts World Title Match. Jordan Grace, the champion, versus Ash by Elegance. TNA X Division match. Mustafa Ali versus Mike Bailey. And last but not least, the TNA World Title 6-way elimination match. Moose, the champion, versus Frankie Kazarian versus Nick Nemeth versus Josh Alexander versus Steve Macklin versus Joe Hendry. Okay? And ladies and gentlemen,
The real question is, Dolores, the real question is, do you believe in Joe Hendry?
I believe Joe Hendry has made a lot of people happy, especially in the WWE. And I believe Joe Hendry ain't got a shot and a chance in hell to win that show. No way. No way. No way. Also, somebody gonna have to get involved for her to win that match. Ash. Listen, I know people say I could be a little mean. I can be harsh. A little bit. Just a tad bit. But Ash by Elegance, to me, every time I see her, is a bootleg Tony Storm. That's all I think. Great value, Timu, Tony Storm. That's all I think. Now, I could, just my opinion. I'm not speaking for J News or anybody here at Workhouse Wrestling Network, but that's what I feel deep down on the inside. And this match right here, every do he gotta be on every pay-per-view? First of all, do PCO gotta be on every pay-per-view? That's the first question I gotta ask.
Probably.
And second of all, why is AJ Francis still on TV? I see him. Listen, the man, he can talk. He got the gift of gab, okay? But every time he dive, I'm like, why, Lord, why? Why, Lord, why? You know, he ain't young enough for him to retire, but just manage somebody. Do something. And again, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do as my great friend from the great television show said, damn. Okay? I really, listen, when we get off here, I'm going to tell J News how I feel. And it's going to be cuss rented because I cannot stand the both of them people in that match together. That's going to be my bathroom. Okay?
I don't watch TNA at all. I know some of the talent there. You know, they're working, they're making money at the end of the day, so good for you guys. And I know some of the talent in TNA that I don't watch and have never been a fan of. AJ Francis is one of those people. I've never been a fan of AJ Francis as a wrestler. I don't know him as a person. He doesn't interest me at all. So there's that. PCO, I cared about PCO when I was a kid. PCO's in his 60s. I've been watching PCO since his days flying around and tag teaming when he was facing off with the Flying Rougeaus. You know what I'm saying? PCO ain't new to this, you know? So it is what it is. He had a good revitalization to his career within the last decade. I wasn't necessarily aware that he was still wrestling full time at this point in time. So I understand your where you're coming from with this match, Dolores. I just
I just want to say, AJ Francis has been around the world and and still ain't found a way to wrestle good. Second of all, PCO he's really Frankenstein. He has bolts in his neck. And he he literally got his neck snapped. And 3 weeks later was in another pay-per-view match. I'm like, what the is this? Okay. They took him at the top of the ramp. They twisted his neck and pretend like they had broke his neck, and he was back. He's coming from the dead. PCO, he was like,
that's the gimmick.
Stop that.
That's the gimmick. It's the gimmick.
Stop that.
He's living the gimmick, And
You know how easy I'm gonna get it? You know how Frankenstein seemed like he could break every bone in his body and reform. That is PCO because listen, I point out in each match he's ever had in the past year where he's come this close from snapping his neck in real life. And I'm like, at this point, stop it, sir. Get off this. You know how what's his name? Stephen A. Smith, like, get off the weed and get off the wrestling. Both of you out in this match. Get off of it. Get off of it.
I just won't watch. I won't watch. Shouts to
AJ, I respect your. I'm not even gonna say because that's a lie. You are okay at your rapping, okay? You got that to fall back on. You say you've saved your money. So save your money and go away. Okay? Get off my TV.
shouts to the homie Moose. One time. Hopefully he retains his championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the end, as you all saw. I hope it's the end of that match. I hope that match is 2.2 seconds and it ends. I hope to never see them two together. But matter of fact, I should not take a pee break during that match because there might be a train wreck I would like to see. That's the hope. That's all I can say. You know, a match is so bad that you laugh so hard that it's just that good. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe I need a little entertainment in my life. And I understand for AJ Francis to say he stands up for our people and all of this stuff. A rapping man with gold chains, baggy pants, and a tank top to go out there. I don't think that's a good rapper, you know.
Everybody is going to say something different in accordance to representation. That's why I don't get involved in those conversations. You know.
You know what? It's in me to say it. It's in me to say it. Baby, this is the black jobs they were talking about.
I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that.
Janus, I'm just saying, damn it, this is what they talking about. It's a lot of us in wrestling, a lot of us. We represent a lot of people. We were holding what's that? The championship. Oh my god, I forgot the name of it. The Obafemi guy. Obafemi has the championship.
Oh.
We always
North American Championship.
Yes, that's our championship.
It's hilarious, man, because I don't want to make fun of Oba, right? Because Oba's like a dominating dude.
You don't want Oba to catch you outside of the club.
Yeah, like Oba catch you outside. He'll wreck house, you know what I'm saying? But it's like growing up in New York, specifically in the Bronx, or spending time in the Bronx like I have over my many years, like his accent is so familiar. And it's one of those things where it's like some I hear him speak and there's the domination of his speak, and then there's my experience with people from his side of the world. And it's like
you haven't caught me during the Obafemi match. And it goes something like this. He come out and everybody be like, oh, there go Obafemi. And I'm like, Phoebe, yeah, Phoebe, yes. You know, it's the strut too. Like he a pimp. He be like, every time.
He seems to be like a gentleman who has his head put on, his shoulders right, and he's doing big things on NXT. But for all intents and purposes, Dolores, I believe you have a spotlight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I get to come out of the box. Oh, I'm out of the box. Look at me. I have a spotlight, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a wonderful man who I love. Some of you all call him a murder grandpa. I call him a model and a man. Minoru Suzuki! Yay! I picked him. I wanted him to be my spotlight behind the curtain since last week because I know he had a little faintness spell, but he said he ain't gonna let that stop him. Okay, he a G. Okay, a certified gangster. No test his patient. Okay, and when he said, you know, I think I'm like, don't even mention it no more. You know what? I'm just mentioning it for the time being. You don't even see my face. If you catch me out in the street, Monoro, it was Jay News who said this. Okay, I love him. Cause he don't come. He don't play about that. Also, any man who could rock a hat like that and his eyebrows do the cartoon arch, you know he ain't about to play. You don't want to catch him in a dark alley. Okay? Minoru is out here kicking butt and taking names. Okay? I said that in polite. I need to have a Patreon where I can tell y'all what I really feel. Curse words and all. Okay? But, ladies and gentlemen, my spotlight of the week is Murder Grandpa, the greatest man, a former model and very cute, attractive young man. Keyword to this sentence, young man. Monaro Suzuki, bask in his glory. Bask in his glory. He is out here chopping people. He is out here taking names. He out here beating people. The man fainted and got back up. He didn't want to hurt that little girl anyway. Okay? That's why he fainted. He didn't want to hurt that little girl anyway. Okay? And that's my spotlight of the week. Okay? Back to my box I go.
Minoru Suzuki is a living legend in the mixed martial arts world, in the pro wrestling world. Minoru Suzuki is feared and revered.
And he was good looking back in the day.
Right. Minoru Suzuki was quite the figure for the ladies way back when. His sock game is serious. If you follow him on Instagram, Murder Grandpa is quite the dapper man. He's got his fashion on 9 every day of the week. So don't.
Right. So he's fashionable, and he can take you out. So listen, ladies, don't faint all at one time. Okay.
There it is.
Now, next up is J News has to come out the box. Jump out the box, J News.
All right.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you one time only. Don't make me come and get you, okay? Because J News, you're gonna check out his channel. You're gonna get on his YouTube page. You're gonna check out all the things he has. Because he out here working hard for the people. J News, take it over.
So, for all intents and purposes, Dolores and the good people here at the Workhorse Wrestling Network always allow me to plug my extracurriculars, my projects. John L., your friendly neighborhood moviegoer. John L., who's that? That's the J and J News. John L. YFMG. John L. is my first name, government granted. I'm your friendly neighborhood moviegoer because I love the moviegoing experience. I go to different theaters on a regular basis, and I write and podcast my reviews for said movies. I don't just watch big blockbusters. I am a big fan of all types of genre film in general. But I am currently on hiatus from all that currently due to a pivot I am making career-wise right now. So I'm taking care of some business for the month of July until my time frees up in August, and I will be able to come back full throttle with the John L. YFNMG podcast and YouTube channel. I will do my best to be more active on the social medias, that being X/Twitter and Instagram going forward. So I'll talk movie reviews, some movie news, trailer reviews as well, and you'll also see me talk about some casting for future projects and things of that nature, just to keep you guys involved in what's going around in the movie space. And I'll also give you my, also in the future, due to taking some of my good friend Dolores's advice, I'll be doing some out of the theater reactions from the movie, and then you guys know what it is that I saw, my quick thoughts, and then doing a full-fledged reviews sometime down the line. So that's stuff to look forward to as well. Still catch a lot of my written reviews on Letterboxd. I'll be working on my Rotten Tomato stuff coming August. So look out for me there as well. You can also catch me on the True Heel Heat Wrestling Network, not the True Heel Heat YouTube channel as well. Always based on New Japan stuff. We just did our G1 Climax 34 preview over at True Heel Heat. So catch that. It was me, SP3, Sanal, Kieran, and Scott E Wrestling. So from Fightful. So catch that on the YouTube, on the True Heel Heat channel there as well. So I'm just trying to do my thing here on the streaming and podcasting world, and just find my niche, find my lane and stuff like that. And hopefully folks will continue to support as you do here with us on Seeing Stars with me and Dolores here on the Workhorse Wrestling Network. And you'll also see me in the coming months go on to Dolores' channel to do some collaborative work and efforts as well. So definitely look forward to that in the coming weeks and months.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, my mic sounds nice. Check one. Okay. So listen, you got to go over there to Jay News's Jono. I can't even pronounce it. My throat won't let me do it.
It's okay.
Jay News's channel. Okay. I don't like to call him by his government name. It just feels like a stitch. I can't do that. So ladies and gentlemen, okay, because I need you to go over there. If not, I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna do this. Okay, y'all don't want me to do that. Okay, y'all don't want me to do that. I'm gonna have to drag you by your hair. Okay, that ain't what I want. I won't have to dog walk nobody because you missed out on J News. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, while we're here, we're gonna go over some things. There's been some changes at Workhorse Wrestling Network. So all I'm gonna do is tell you to wait a minute, wrong way, because I don't like to embarrass myself. You see that horse right there? Make sure you catch that horse right there. That horse wasn't good, was it? Look, there you go. That horse right there, as he provides you all the links. He, she, it, they, them. That horse provides you all the links to. I mean, I don't want to disrespect the horse. To all the things that are Workhorse Wrestling Network, all the social medias. Okay. Also, ladies and gentlemen, there's a new show. There's Cookout on Tuesday. Watch along on Friday for SmackDown Friday Night Fights. There's a new show Saturday morning where they talk about Raw, Raw, NXT, and Dynamite all in one now. Yay! And then Sunday is Into the Square Circle, but this Friday or Saturday? Saturday, I think it's the 20th. My dates all messed up. But there will be a watch along for the show we previewed of TNA Slammiversary. Okay? Make sure you check out J News. We're gonna let me try. Journal. Oh my God, I can't even say it because I can't. I feel the stitch jumping on me and I can't do it.
It's all right. Okay.
J News is YouTube, his
You,
social
you,
media.
you see it here on the screen, folks. You see it here on the screen.
Yeah.
It's all right, Dolores. It's okay. John L. YFNMG. John L is the name. You can separate.
John L. Oh my God, I feel so bad.
You can block out the EL at the end. It says John. Block out the John. It's L at the end. It's John L. It's all good.
John L.
There it is.
John L. YFNMG. Oh my God, that feels like a stitch. Oh my God.
It's all right. But yeah, check me out there. I'll also be doing some stuff with physical media as well because I am a collector. So I am trying to, like I said, I'm your friendly neighborhood moviegoer, but it's everything encompassing movies in that space. not just the movie going experience, but physical media as well, and the reviews, and giving you movie news and upcoming things that are going to be going down. So check me out there. Yeah.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. And I am, he's your favorite moviegoer. I'm just a pink girl living in my pink world here on YouTube. That's just me, okay? I'm just Dolores 01, okay? 01. Because if you all don't know, I graduated in 01, okay? Because I'm number 1. There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap up this week's episode of Seeing Stars, we will hopefully see you again, because this will air on Monday. We record on Sundays a lot. So we will see you next Monday with all the intros of the G1, going over some new stuff with the G1, entering some new things. So until then, it's getting hot. It ain't just because, ladies, when you get that age in between and it's just that middle, right there, that sweet spot, you know how you get hot sometimes? It ain't because of that. It's because it's hot because the electricity is on. It is hot because the electricity is on. You got to cut the lights out, as my mama said. All these lights on and everything else. You got my door open, letting the cold air out. We can't be doing this. Yes. When you get to your mic is muted. Your mic is out.
No, it's not. I'm just like here trying to understand what it is that you're.
See, and listen, it's like the birds and the bees, Janice. Let me get my mic.
No.
Let me get my mic. Let me get close. It's like when you get between a certain age.
Let's not do that.
I'm not going to divulge that age, but when you get to a certain age, men have a crisis, women have a flash. Okay.
But no, I understand that.
Yeah.
My younger brother the other day told me I turned 40 earlier this year, and he was like, "Yo, man, don't be scared when it happens. You about to hit that midlife crisis." And I was like, "What midlife? Well, how what you talking about, Sway?"
Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we will be on air when that happens, because J-New's gonna hit a crisis as I'm up here sweating to death. It's gonna be a miracle, because J-New's gonna be like, "I've been thinking about my life," and I'm gonna be up here like, "Oh my God, I can't it's sweat. Oh my God." That's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be viral right there. J-New's over there pondering about his life, and I'm over here just sweating. About who we gonna get? That's gonna be the time y'all think I can't speak Spanish. That's gonna be the time I start speaking and get up out of here. We gonna go fantastic. I'm gonna get all over. Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming with us. And until then, we gotta say peace. Let me get my piece in there. Ooh, there we go. Peace.